Alright, so I want to go over in this video to why consider switching to Globird if you get a battery. So let's get right into it. So this is their website. They've got two different electricity plans. One is 4 for free, so it's very simple. You just get 4 hours of free electricity from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay, so you can use up to a lot of electricity during that period for free. And they do have good local support that available to answer the phone if there's any issue. So yeah, you can. I think the limit is 50 kilowatt hours of electricity that you can use. Let me see. Should be here in the details. It's not listed here, but yeah, it doesn't specifically specify a limit. But if we look at this plan, it's a zero hero, so you get 3 hours of free electricity between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you can use, I believe, up to 50 kilowatt hours during that time of electricity. And then they also offer a zero hero, where if you don't use any electricity from the grid between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m., then you can get paid $1. That's it. So if you do that every day of the year, you get paid $365. And then if you get the standard feed-in rate, and then for any exports, you get a extra top up of 10 cents a kilowatt hour on top of the standard feed-in rate, which is around 5 cents a kilowatt hour. So yeah, there's a fair use limit that applies for the zero hero plan. So the use limit is, if you look down here, yeah, it's limited to 50 kilowatt hours a day, like I mentioned earlier. So you can use up to 50 kilowatt hours. So an average home will use between 10 to 25 kilowatt hours. So that's a lot of electricity. You could turn it, like put the washing machine on, the dishwasher on, do the vacuuming, run the air conditioner, charge an electric vehicle, basically use a lot of electricity, and it'd be hard to use over 50 kilowatt hours. So then they also have zero charge, super export, and zero hero. So if we look more closely, yeah, you get paid $1 a day when you draw zero electricity from the grid during peak times between 6 to 9 p.m. And then if you feed any excess solar or battery storage, then you get an extra credit. So it's an extra 10 cents for the first 15 kilowatt hours exported during the evening peak. And the zero limits as well. So you can get $1 on exports during wholesale critical events, plus other critical event details. So there's some more details here. So yeah, it's if you use less than 0.03 kilowatt hours per hour from the grid during the evening peak every day, then you would get the dollar. Credit. So yeah, you can get a quote for what this specific export credit is. So you can just punch it in here and work it out. So if I punch in a random address near me here, like let's see, anyways, I'll just if I just look up let me see. Yeah, if you just pick this address in Austria, that'll do. So these are the rates. So it's estimating that the cost per year would be 287. Oh, yeah, it's saying it'd be about 2,074 per year, but it's not really. Globird is not really. It's if you got a battery, it's makes the sense to switch to it. Maybe not so much if you don't have a battery, but if you're working, if you're retired, then it could be worthwhile if you can use a lot of electricity during the day. Yeah, so electricity rates. So if we look here, you get a 20-cent feed-in tariff between 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. before discounts, and then it's still 20 cents after discounts. Yeah. All right. So I want to share this as well. This is a guy, oh, not this one. It's just a guy on Reddit. Hold on a second. Okay, so this guy's posted on Reddit in the Amber Electric subreddit saying that he got had a 3 kilowatt system, and rather than upgrading it, because he was going to do some roof renovations, he didn't. So he just got a 48 kilowatt hour battery, and he was with Amber first, but just wasn't too happy with it. He found it wasn't that smart. He's saying it would do weird stuff, often undercharge the battery, so he wouldn't have much left in the battery by the evening peak, uh, which uses more electricity, and so he felt like it was kind of dumb because it didn't charge as much early during the day for a few cents to have more a fuller battery in the evening. And he was also checking the app frequently, like checking the prices and playing around with it, trying to see if he could make it work better. Um, so yeah, uh, he was only with it for 6 weeks, but yeah, I mean, a lot of people kind of just let it do its thing with Amber. So initially, the AI can, I guess, take a while to pick up on the usage patterns. So he might have been trying to play around with it more. So it's hard to say what it would have been like if you stayed with it longer. But he's saying he did switch to Globird Zero Hero, and it's just simple to work with the family because they can use as much as they want with like between 11 and a.m. and 2 p.m. And so yeah, it's just easier to work with. He doesn't have to check the app as much. Um, and yeah, they get incentives. So if they don't use electricity from the grid, they get $1 a day, and he's hit it every day since switching. He's saying there's a 15 cents per rebate, extra rebate. It's when you export 10 kilowatt hours, so gives him extra profit. So instead of spending like 3,500 a year before he got his battery with AGL, he's had his first full bill was $31 in credit, and that's after the $1.23 per day supply charge. So he's worked out if that continues on trend, he'd have about $405 in year profit, which is pretty good compared to spending 3,500 annually. So yeah, and then he posted subsequent posts 6 months later saying he's still happy, very happy with Glowbird. He's been getting like $35 to $40 a month in credits, and he barely thinks about it. So he doesn't have to check the prices. Doesn't have to fiddle with the Amber app, and yeah, his family it's easy for them to understand that they can use as much electricity as they want between 11 to 2, and then just chill for the rest of the time. So yeah, he's found the customer support helpful as well. They're responsive. Like some people find that the customer support with Amber can be not so great, can be unresponsive or take a long time to get back to them. And yeah, it's just been steady, reliable earnings with more benign weather as well. When there's less demand as well, he's still had stable earnings. So that's an advantage compared to some people with Amber. They can complain that the earnings drop off when the weather's pretty benign because there's less demand for electricity. Um, yeah, he's here in this paragraph. He's just kind of saying that there were some technical limits on his house, and so when they use a lot of electricity, it can cause the power circuits to trip off, which was kind of annoying. Which isn't so much a problem with Globird itself, but just need to be aware that because he has single phase, there are limitations on how much electricity you can draw all at once. Yeah, he can upgrade to 3 phase, but it is expensive to do that. So that's just what I wanted to go over. Hope you found this helpful. All right, peace out.